Hello everyone! I'm excited to be back with a new tutorial after a long break. Based on your feedback, I have decided not to use my voice, and instead, I will be using an AI voiceover for better information transfer. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create shooter mechanics that can synchronize its position and animation based on the enemy. Additionally, you will learn how to set up a customizable weapon and fire bullets. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's choose a SWAT character for our game. This military character should be able to walk, run, fire, and move left and right. To achieve this, you need to download the animation files for Rifle Idle and Rifle Walk. For the enemy character, I suggest a zombie. You will also need to download the idle and walk animation files for this character. After importing the models into Unity, you will need to extract the textures and animation clips individually. I have already created some folders to help you categorize them. To begin, let's extract the SWAT textures and animation clips. Once the texture extraction is complete, Unity will prompt you to fix any missing textures for the material. Simply click on the Fix Now button and then click on Save. We will follow the same process for the zombie character. To apply animations to the character, you need to add the animator controller component. It is not necessary to activate the Apply Root Motion option. I only did it as a temporary measure, and I may change the animation type from generic to human in the future. Okay, now let's extract the animation clips by duplicating them. Next, we need to create a blend tree, which is the best option for switching between various animation clips based on the joystick knob position. The type of blend tree should be 2D freeform directional, and we also need to add two new parameters to control each animation clip. The player can idle, walk, and run. As you know, the joystick only has three possible values, -1, 0, and 1, and it can move along both the X and Y axis. The MoveX parameter will store the axis position of the joystick, and MoveY can store the Y axis position. We will modify these parameters using the joystick input. To add the clips to the blend tree, follow these steps. First, add the idle animation, which will play when the joystick is not moving. Then, add the walk animation, which will play when the joystick moves slightly to the left or right and up and down. Finally, add the run animation, which will play when the joystick moves towards -0.5F or 0.5F. Don't forget to set the MoveX and MoveY parameter on the blend tree. This is a simple process that can be controlled by script. We have added MoveY to the blend tree, which means there are now two parameters that can be adjusted by moving each slide bar. When you move the slide bars, their values change accordingly. To see the effects of these changes, let's start the game. Currently, the SWAT character is in idle mode because MoveX and MoveY are both set to 0. However, if you move the slide bars even slightly, the character's behavior will change from idle to either walking or running. I have already written the joystick script, but we need to change the input system from the old version to the new input system before checking it. This is necessary because the script uses the new input system, API. To do this, go to the project settings, which you can find in the edit menu or build window. Then, change the active input handling to the new input system. Save the changes and Unity will restart. The final step is to install the new input system package. Let's create a script that allows the player movement script to access the joystick knob by accessing the rect transform component of the joystick. This script controls the movement of a player character in the game. It allows the player to move using a virtual joystick and also rotates the player to face the enemy. How does it do it? Virtual joystick, a floating joystick prefab, is used to create a visual representation of the joystick. When the player touches the screen, the script detects the touch position and updates the position of the joystick's knob. Movement amount. The script calculates the distance between the joystick's knob and its center to determine the movement direction and magnitude. This value is stored in a movement amount variable. Nav Mesh Agent. A Unity Nav Mesh Agent is used to control the player's movement along the nav mesh. The script sets the agent's speed and movement direction based on the movement amount variable. Rotating towards enemy. If an enemy target is specified, the script calculates the direction towards the enemy and rotates the player's transform to face the enemy using slurp interpolation. It's not possible to directly install the NavMesh agent from the package manager in Unity, so you need to download it from Unity's GitHub. You can find the download link in the description. After importing the package, you may not be able to find the NavMesh agent. To fix this, you need to install AI navigation from the package manager. Once you've done that, go to the navigation components and you'll find all the related components there. Choose the NavMesh agent and add a plane to the scene so that the player can walk on it. Right-click and select AI from the menu that appears. Then select NavMesh Surface and click on Bake from the NavMesh Surface panel. I will create a new game object and attach the player movement script to it. I'll show you how to set it up, as there are a few variables that need to be filled. Follow along with the video and adjust the script accordingly. To create the joystick, we need to use a UI image. Once you add the new image, add the floating joystick script to it. To check if the joystick works, run the game. To make the process faster, activate the Enter Play Mode option. You may get an error, which means you need to replace the current event system with new input system modules. Click on the Replace button and the event system will be good to go. I made a mistake while working on the game. Instead of adding the player movement script to the player character, I added it to a new game object. We need to transfer the script to the SWAT character. To do this, select the Copy Component option and then select one of the components. Pass the player movement script to the SWAT character. You will notice that everything is copied correctly, but make sure to set the movement amount variables to 0. Currently, the joystick is not working because we are in edit mode. To make the joystick respond to mouse clicks, enable Simulate Touch Input from mouse or pen. Once enabled, the joystick will work correctly. However, the joystick position is not synchronized with the mouse cursor position. To fix this problem, change the Rect Transform's anchor position to the bottom left corner. The character is moving exactly how we wanted. In the next part, I'll be showing you how to detect enemies and start shooting with a simple and efficient mechanic. Plus, I'll also be demonstrating how to change the player's animation based on the enemy's position. So make sure to stay tuned for the final part, and let's keep up the great work.